to share that with you. And so today, finally, we're disclosing the name of that technology, which is Innopay. We'll give you more details about how it works. And I just wanted to inform you about that. And I was really excited to, yes, give you more information today about this product we have developed in Luxembourg. So do you want to start the presentation?
Thank you, Sonia. So yeah, we are going to talk about Innopay, which is let's say, first and foremost, a brand. It uses existing Hive technology. It uses, it could use a keychain store that Detlef used a few minutes ago to receive payment for the comics. Actually, we use an alternative point of sales application that is known among Hivians that is called V4V.app. And it uses, this is for the merchants, for the shops, and it uses Keychain or eSency to scan the QR codes that the point of sales applications generate and do the payment. So basically, we are doing a little bit like Satoshi, because Satoshi, when he invented Bitcoin, people who are very critical of it is that he did not necessarily create new technology. He put together in the right way existing technology, like peer-to-peer networking and linked lists of cryptographic hashes and proof of work. All of these concepts existed already. He just had the genius of putting them into the right type of application. Okay, so what is Innopay is a community-led payment initiative. What does that mean? Is that it's not a company, and we do not intend to make a company out of it, so it's not for profit. It's a something that we invite you to take into your hands as well. It's something that we give to the community, a little bit like Offchain has given us the brand for free, because strength lies in unity. The more we are using something, the higher the impact that we can have, right? And I want to stress here that many people in this room have come into Hive through blogging and are still equating in their minds Hive with blogging. But again, I want to quote what Damir said: Hive is not a one-trick pony. Hive is a lot more than blogging. Hive is an excellent economic infrastructure. Back then, I was a avid reader of the British magazine The Economist, and I still remember being like, I was already knowing about and using Steam, and in June 2018, these guys, which are highly respected in everywhere in the world because they know their business, they wrote a paper about dApps and blockchains, and they said the best crypto economic system is Steemit. Okay, now it's Hive, but back then there was no Hive. And here with Innopay, this is what we are kind of trying to bring to the people and trying to prove. And through Innopay, we have onboarded lots of people in the Hive community, people who have no interest in blogging and no interest in reading blogs, because Hive is not a one-trick pony. Hive is a lot more than a blogging platform, right? So a little bit about us, the story about the cryptoverse, how it started. Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Satoshi wanted to give a possibility for people, for instance, for remittances, people who are working away from home and want to send money back home. And the few ways of doing that are all high cost, like Western Union, for instance, because back home, usually people are not banked, so they have to receive money in another way, because bank transfers are not necessarily the easiest way. And what it's become, again, I refer to Damir's speech from earlier on, it's become a big casino, right? So people, when they think about crypto, they think about currently about meme coins and the number go up. right? And what we wanted to do is that we wanted to show that people that crypto is useful in real life, in the day-to-day life. And for that, of course, you can blog, but only a small proportion of the population blogs, and a slightly bigger, but still not big enough proportion of the population reads blogs. But everybody uses payments. Everybody pays for stuff, right? You have to pay your beer, right? Oh, except here where beers are free, but so I have 3 movies here. They are all published on Hive in my account, Sorin.Cristescu, so you can watch them there. I noticed that I'm a little bit too long usually, so I would like to show them this because yes, because it stars Sonia. Put it in full screen. Yeah. Ah, no, it's not showing there. What do you mean? Ah, put it in full screen. No.
From the beginning. You keep the microphone there.
Okay, cool. So now I do have Bitcoin and I owe 25 euros. So why just not pay with that?
Hard to argue with that, but to be honest, I wouldn't pay with Bitcoin myself, because if I do, that pizza story will haunt me forever.
Pizza story?
Yeah, the first ever Bitcoin payment that happened 15 years ago.
Refresh my memory.
Well, back in 2010 in Florida, 2 pizzas were worth $25. And Bitcoin back then was a peer-to-peer cash system, but nobody had ever used it or paid with it for anything. And there comes this Laszlo guy who offers 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. And then a guy takes the deal, brings Laszlo the pizzas, and gets 10,000 Bitcoin. Can you picture that? Today, you would have 10,000 pizzas for only 2 Bitcoin. Imagine telling your kids 15 years from now that you couldn't buy a house because you had lunch.
Okay, so I guess it means now I should keep my Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, and next thing you know, you might be able to buy a house with these Bitcoin.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
Okay. Please don't judge my acting skills, you know. But I, I feel like that kind of video we are doing, it's part of the philosophy we have in Luxembourg. So yes, going back to what Sorin was saying, we're not so much focused on social media, but we want to spread the idea that cryptocurrencies can be used in a day-to-day basis. I mean, I didn't know much about cryptocurrencies very recently, but same thing, I got to know about Hive because I was meeting all those guys in that bar as part of the off-chain Luxembourg meetups, and what I wanted to do was to pay for my beer, pay for my wine, and so I'm using Hive as a mean of payment. Is how I'm seeing it, and this is what the idea we're trying to spread around us in Luxembourg. It can be a real life asset that can be used.
So listen to her. She was interested in blockchain and crypto, but didn't know much about it. And what did she do? She attended some local meetups with nerds, crazy people that were talking about these cryptocurrencies and blockchain stuff. Okay, and she's a tax lawyer, right? So, yeah, it's normal. It's a complex topic. Imagine that we would have talked about, for instance, blogging. Now, she might not be interested in blogging. Then she would have said, okay, this is not for me. But payments, you come here and then you can pay for your beer with crypto. That is something that you have to pay anyway. So let's try to pay with crypto, right? Why not? Let's discover it that way. So this is what we had the chance in Luxembourg to to have a local shop, a local bar and restaurant who said, yeah, I am interested in accepting Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I know about them. I have a Binance account. I have been trading crypto for years, so I know what that is. So we started going there often and paying with crypto, and then we started developing a series of arguments. If you are a shop owner, why would you accept crypto? So basically, you are trying to create a marketing book for other people who want to expand this. So we encourage you to think, okay, do I know a shop owner? It doesn't have to be a bar or restaurant. It can be I don't know, a clothing shop or anything, right? That is a little bit open to the idea of stepping into the future of money, because this is what this is. It's the future of money. So if you are a shop owner, why would you accept crypto? So first of all, there are no fees. This is one of the huge benefits of using Hive. The sender does not pay fees. The shop owner does not pay fees. If you accept credit cards as a shop owner, Visa and MasterCard take fees. Might not be a lot, but it's still something that exists and that can sway a shop owner. Not all of them. Some of them say, I don't care about the fees. But some will say, oh, I do care about the fees. For instance, you have in Luxembourg, you have meal vouchers, ticket restaurant. And those got digitalized recently. And when people pay with the meal voucher card, there are credit cards for paying for meals. The fees are relatively significant. They are 4%. 4% is not nothing, right? We say you ask them to pay with HBD, you have no fees. Okay. Second, there is no dedicated terminal, right? You don't need this. All you need is a phone and a point of sale application, which can be Keystore. Keystore is called? Yeah, Keychain Store, or as we show here, V4V.app. You have to fix the currency in euro so that the prices are calculated in euros. You put a price here, you put your Hive account here. So the shop owner, this is the first thing, the shop owner should open a Hive account. You put the shop owner account here, the price, you click on this and it generates a QR code. The customer reads the QR code with his phone camera. And if there is a Hive app like Keychain or Hive Keychain registered in Android or in iOS, the QR code generated is a special URL, a special protocol that opens either Keychain or Hive Keychain and asks the user, do you want to sign a transfer of 12.15, actually these are euros, so it will be 12.99 HBD to this account? Yes or no? You click sign and it's instantly transferred to the shop owner account and you have paid, right? And you can do that. V4V can generate Lightning Network invoices. So this is one of the arguments, marketing and buzz. A shop owner can say, oh, I'm the very first shop in Aachen to accept Bitcoin payments. Yes, please.
Just to be critical on purpose, isn't it the same that happens when I'm using PayPal?
I don't know about anyone using PayPal. I know no one using PayPal. Do you use PayPal? The app on your phone. And there are shops who generate QR codes and, okay, I don't know about Germany. In Luxembourg, I've never seen that. I don't know anyone using that. Do you?
Yeah, just a second. There are some disadvantages towards this here. It's fees for the shop owner. It is in PayPal, and PayPal is ownership. It's not decentralized, I know, but the process itself is, for me, sounds the same actually.
So yeah, here indeed, Here you have no fees, no dedicated terminal, no need to print receipts. In PayPal, you need to print receipts because the payment is in PayPal. You don't see the payment. If you pay via PayPal, right? You see your payment in your PayPal application. Okay, okay. In PayPal, you pay with what? With euros, right? Yeah, here you have a marketing hook. You say, I am the first shop to accept Bitcoin, right? And you can develop a customer relationship. As a shop owner, do you see who paid or just you see a PayPal tightly held? Okay, and can you contact them? Okay, here the interest is that you have a direct relationship with the customer. So you see the customer on the Hive blockchain who paid you, and you can, for instance, create on top of it a customer relationship management application that, for instance, can look at Warman2G likes cheeseburgers, and I can send him a notification that we have a special offer tomorrow for cheeseburgers, come and eat at our place, right? This is typical CRM. And also what is interesting is that if you accept this, you pre-finance your working capital because you can sell as a shop owner, you can pre-fund your customer wallets with HBD. For instance, if you are a shop owner who accepts HBD and someone comes to you and sits and eats at your table, you can say, would you like to learn about paying with crypto? Okay, and you accompany that customer to install a wallet. It's 1 minute 45. We took a chronometer. It's nothing big, okay? And then the customer says, yeah, but I don't have HBD. And you as a shop owner, you have because you have received it from others and say, oh, but there's no problem. You pay me, I don't know, 20 euros, 30 euros, 50 euros, 100 euros, and I transfer the HBD and you can pay with those, okay? And you got the 100 euros before the customer has actually spent them. So first of all, if they don't use all of them at the first visit, they will have an incentive to come again to spend their HBD. And while the HBD is not spent, you have working capital in euros that they have pre-financed. Okay, this is not the case with PayPal, right? Let's move on. Now, sorry.
How do I explain it to German Finanzamt?
This is a topic for Steuerberater. I don't know. You are in Germany, you have to figure it out. We can tell you how it goes in Luxembourg, but and we give you all that we have. We are going to offer to help you with the branding, with the arguments, but we cannot help you with. I mean, we all do this for free, so we can't explain the German tax laws to you because we are not in Germany. It's a challenge, but knowing the German Finanzamt, but in Luxembourg it's pretty straightforward. Now, why would someone pay with HBD as a customer, right? Well, first of all, the first argument that we have that works quite well if you are with friends is that they are curious, discovering and learning something new, especially since, again, I'm quoting Damir. I like quoting him a lot today. One of the next trends is stable coins, and everybody talks about stable coins and stuff like that. So HBD is a stable coin that is decentralized. And so I've actually onboarded people who have heard about blockchain but never used it. And they actually were saying, oh, but this is just for speculation and gambling. No, it's not. You can pay your lunch here with HBD. Oh, I never did that. Oh, let me walk you through the process. And then he paid and said, oh, this is the first time I've actually used crypto. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, then you have resilience in case if you have a bit of HBD in your wallet, in case the money, the terminal doesn't work. For instance, we had the CrowdStrike bug in 2024 we have regularly the biggest payment provider in Luxembourg and Belgium is Worldline, and about once a year we have a blackout of about 1 day where their systems unexpectedly stop functioning. Yeah, you have all kinds of problems. I once went into a shop where they had a very shaky terminal that was, I don't know, in end of life or something, and it was constantly rebooting, and it took, to do a payment with credit card, it took something like 20 or 25 minutes because the terminal was broken. So this gives you an alternative way of paying. You support the local economy because there are no fees. And number 4, you get cashback with Distriator. Again, a super application that is offered for free by the community. Do you know about Distriator and Spend HBD? See, Hive is not a one-trick pony.
It's not convenient. But this is the main difference with PayPal. This is what will convince me to use 100% Hive as opposed to normal PayPal. As a normal person, I don't care about the blockchain, I don't care about the tech, but I'm interested in, saving money. This creator is amazing, and this is what will convince me as a customer to enter that ecosystem and like to come back to the same places and spend my money there.
So Distriator gives you, you go with in Hive Keychain, you go on the globe, which is the browser. And in the browser, you type distriator.com. And then once you spend in an approved shop, and we got 2 approved shops in Luxembourg, 2 approved restaurants, you see in Distriator, you see claim back, and you click on claim back, and okay, you have to write a little bit of lius because they want to fight fraud, and take 2 pictures from the shop, like blogging in a sense. And you click on a button, and Distriator takes care of posting for you to Hive. This is why it's better to have a separate account for claiming back, because otherwise it pollutes your blog. And then you get cashback, which for small sums can get, it's gamified, can get up to 40%, 40, right? It's capped. So if you spend, like for instance, for a beer, €8 or €7 or €6, I don't know how much a big beer costs here in Aachen, tell me. Yeah, you get 40% back from that spend. Exactly, you get back the HBD. You see Distriator transferring you back the HBD that you paid. How cool is that? Can PayPal do that? No, they can't.
At the same time, when I claim my rewards, I got to know that recently actually, I leave that review and I put a pin on the wall mapping app directly. So I can also indirectly participate into the social media aspect of Hive without putting so much effort in trying. I'm just spending my money, leaving a review, and I'm engaging with the rest of the community too.
No, it's very good. It's very good. The questions that you are asking are very good. It's good to be challenged because you can, yeah. So, yeah,
Right,
because this
Hive.
is the Hive community, we've been challenged. I mean, mostly Starkers has been challenged because Starkers is behind Distriator. And people from the blogging side of Hive challenged the Spend HBD initiative, saying this is useless blogging because everything gets automated and it brings no value to the chain. And so we had to explain, many of us who are convinced that this brings a lot of value to Hive, went there on Tara's, do you know Tara's KP? It's one of the biggest, most famous bloggers in Hive. We went there to explain why it brings a lot of value to the ecosystem, okay? Here I explain this, but if you want, I'm not dwelling on it. You can either go to Tara's or read this QR code that links to the comment. You can find a comment here. It's esency.conferences category T16 GSO. You'll see it in the presentations. Read the comment. It brings a lot of value to Hive. To come back to your question, where does the money come from? Where does the fiat come from? The fiat comes from people buying Hive in the markets and with euros. Fiat is euros. Fiat, this is how nerds like us in the blockchain world call the central bank money. Whether it's dollars or yens or it's fiat money, meaning that is money that has been brought into being by the will of someone. Okay, so yeah, you need to give people reasons to buy Hive. You are blogging, but you never bought Hive. You did? Okay. Sorry, bro. That's very good, but a lot of people are blogging without ever having bought Hive, right? So if there aren't people who buy Hive with euros, then it's not going to work. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, see, still 3 minutes, a lot. So yeah, as I said, we have the branding, and then the next thing we did, well, we have the LinkedIn page. Please follow us on LinkedIn if you are on LinkedIn. Can I get that from you guys? Thank you so much. Off-chain Luxembourg page, off-chain Luxembourg ISBL page. So we post there, and we created, this was the first version. We created a menu for in this cafe where we go with QR codes. And what happens there is that when people read the QR codes, they get to actually to both order and pay at the same time. Okay? So I want you, if you wish, to open a browser on your phone and go to indies, Innopay.lu. Okay, and then you are going to see a blank page with the button unlock audio normally. Yeah, I'm not very sure with yeah, someone has unlocked audio. So this is the backend. It's very simple. To quote Andre Liesenfeld, you need to wait a little bit. We are going to use it. Andre Liesenfeld said how easy it is to code with AI. I have stopped coding like 20 years ago. Sorry, I have the microphone. 20 years ago, but now with the help of AI, I went back to coding, and I started by coding the backend. This is the one that you see there, and when you read one of those QR codes, so you pay to Indies for instance, water or beer, or each QR code is for a separate item, okay, with the price of the item, and when you pay, it goes to the backend that you see on indies.innopay.lu, and this backend is, you don't find it, Christina? No. The page is off-chain Luxembourg ISBL. Off-chain Luxembourg ISBL. Off-chain Luxembourg in LinkedIn. Off-chain Luxembourg. That's the LinkedIn page. Yeah. It means Verein. Yes. Looks like, yeah. You see Hive there, huh? And off-chain. Yeah, please. Thank you. And now in a normal browser, type in the address book in Chrome or Safari or whatever, type indies, INDIES.innopay.lu. And you will going to be on the back end of the cafe. This they have on a laptop behind the counter. So where they have the bar serving the beers and giving the orders to the kitchen. And when someone reads one of these QR codes and pays, the application prints table 203, for instance, user Sangalo78 or whatever, has just paid for a beer. Okay? So what does that mean? It means that the waiter does not need to first go to the table and say, okay, what are you ready, people? Do you have you made your decision? What are you going to order? No, the people have already not only ordered but paid. And then the waiter just needs to bring the stuff that has been ordered, and also the payment is already done. So out of 3 moves of the waiter to the table, first to bring the menu and ask whether the people know what to order, second to bring the food, and third to come with the card terminal, please pay the bill, 2 of them are eliminated, right? The first one, people know already they have ordered. Okay, we don't have a robot yet to bring the food. This the waiter has to do. But the payment already has been made, right? Let's move forward. So yeah, this is again, we've done events, and we come again at the idea of the community, off-chain community. We bring people from outside Hive, people who have barely heard or never heard about Hive, but might know about the blockchain and Ethereum and stuff like that. And we are doing an event that is inclusive. We are doing, in a sense, cross-chain, but in the physical world. And we install Hive Keychain on people's phones. We help them install and create an account, and then they can pay for their beers. And they can blog as well if they are bloggers. But as I said, in my 7 years on the Steam and then Hive blockchain, I came to the conclusion that the proportion of people who are interested in blogging is relatively small, whereas everybody likes beer. Okay, so the next thing that we've developed is an integrated menu for the customers. So now, if you want, you can go to, so the same indies.innopay.lu, but you just add a slash, okay? Yeah. And now you can see, so for the drinks, how did you got there?
No, because I just sent the link to Kristen.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we developed also the customer front end dedicated to indies, and you can order from your phone. So it's not anymore the paper with the QR codes printed, but it's from the comfort of your phone and even from the comfort of your home. So here what you see here is Anthony has ordered a cheeseburger with fries from home. Okay, he took the car, he arrived, he parked in front of the restaurant, and when he entered the restaurant, the cheeseburger was already hot on his table. Like in that moment he entered the restaurant, he had the cheeseburger, no wait. How cool is that? Okay, and yeah. That is
Didn't go through.
It's a small animation because that's the end.
But it's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, looking forward to have you in Luxembourg.
Fine.
Okay, we're done. Thank you for your patience.